All right, so part 4 of the WisEye Julian Bradley interview is one last bit about COVID. Should be fairly quick, but it's an interesting topic.
This is an issue in the U.S. Senate GOP package. If a business follows protocols and guidelines from the CDC in terms of keeping both its customers and employees safe, should they be immune from frivolous lawsuits?
Yes, they should. They need that protection. If we're opening safely and responsibly, we don't need to give trial attorneys another blank check to go chasing after people. Look, if our small businesses who've already been impacted so heavily, and they're really struggling to get open and get back to work, because that's at the end of the day, that's what they want to do. That's the American dream, right? You want to be able to have your own business. You want to be able to own your own home. We need to allow people the opportunity to do so. And in order to do so, we have to ensure that if they're following all the guidelines, they're not going to be open to all these frivolous lawsuits. They're going to be able to do business. They're going to be able to help stimulate the economy and provide the jobs and the goods and services that our communities need.
Okay, so sarcastically, I'm going to say it's good to know that opening freely and safely is part of the American dream. I'm also going to throw out there that trial attorneys are probably considered part of the economy. But anyway, all right, so part of the issue here is the protocols and guidelines, because there haven't been any that have been accepted by the legislature. CDC has had its guidelines, and of course those have changed on occasion. But what's happened is that when we've tried to implement those guidelines, or when we've done something at the state level, say a mask mandate, people have ignored it. When Governor Evers put his mask mandate into place, there were law enforcement agencies saying that they were not going to enforce it. There were certainly businesses saying that they're not going to enforce it. Okay, so if a business chooses not to enforce that mask mandate, but Julian and the GOP don't like that mask mandate, are they going to protect those business owners from the quote-unquote frivolous lawsuits? So I think there's a problem that's arisen here because of the vast disconnect between guidelines and enforcement, quite frankly. So there's been no guidelines at the federal level from the government. And yes, I understand the CDC has done its job. But there's been no guidelines from the White House that are enforceable. There have been no guidelines from the legislature at the state or the federal level that are enforceable. And so to put something into place to protect businesses doesn't seem to be applicable, considering that there are no guidelines for them to very specifically follow. So how do we protect them? Or do we simply put something into place that says, hey, if any of your customers or employees got COVID at your location, yeah, no worries. Well, I don't think that that's necessarily where we want to go with things either. So anyway, so it's an interesting topic, though. I don't disagree with the idea, but I think that we need to definitely have protocols and guidelines that businesses are able to follow and that we've established and everybody understands. So that's my take on it.